Are You Wearing a Helmet is brought to you by Excelsior Games and Comics in Greenville, Michigan. Find us on Facebook and at areyouwearingahelmet.com.
Welcome back, listeners, with greetings and salutations, as we find the party so close to its final destination. But there is a wrinkle in this plan. What is it? You'll have to listen to find out. Fengley.
All right, so I will keep the bow trained on it and move up. If the thing gets up, I'm going to shoot at it.
As you do that, you see, like, out of the corner of your eye, like a blur of motion.
Oh, no.
And you hear Stybella scream.
Caw!
And you see it go taking off after something up in the sky.
Yeah. Get
I
it,
look
chicken.
up.
It looks like Stybella's... It's hard to tell from this distance, but it looks like Stybella's chasing like something about the size of a basketball, skittering away.
Through the
Aw.
sky.
Okay. So I see the... Can I see the thing? Like,
Well,
actually
Stybella's
see it?
caught it, and you see... Rawr!
I
Oh,
want to see
okay.
a bird do that in the sky. Rawr!
Well, I guess I'll keep the attention spread between that thing and the beastie on the ground here.
Okay.
I will be ready to put an arrow through either.
Abraham.
Acid splash.
Auto hits.
One spell, take 1d4. I can let my rod go off and maximize it then, right? So instead of the-
It doesn't maximize, it extends the duration. Which
The squad for
It's instantaneous,
Yeah.
so
I thought I read something about. All right. Anyway, so
you read nothing.
2d6. Mm. 6 points of damage.
As it does that, it it lets out like an unearthly scream, and you see that it starts to collapse in on itself.
Now I'm going to urinate on it.
ugh.
One claw comes out and grabs.
twists and then pull.
All right.
If you speak Trollish, it screams "Monkey steals peach."
Okay, fair enough.
So it stops.
Oh no, my
Yeah,
grumbling
it
bits.
dissolves.
He does, okay.
But twigs and
All
berries.
right.
Save the spell.
All right. Arcadios, your bird has something.
Yeah, I know. You see that Stybella, fights it down and starts pecking, scratching at it, and
Run over to meet her.
yeah. In her claws, it's like a strange, it almost looks like a bundle. It's shards of metal and chains wrapped around viscera,
Again?
Ew.
and like a membrane of guts and bile, and rising to the surface like something from a soup are various eyes.
Super gross.
Ugh.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna stab the crap out of that thing.
Water it.
Yeah, it just
Sounds
What's
very
with the roiling chains on
gross.
stuff?
It's like
Imagining that was what was, prompting this thing to attack us and kind of controlling it or whatever.
Well, at least a spy type. I mean, there seems to be a theme with the chains.
Cypress Hilly.
say Cypress Hill.
Insane
Say
in the membrane.
Yeah.
So, is there any kind of, again, analogy, whatever stuff with roiling chainy weirdness?
Well, after the troll dissolves, I mean, you can see that the chains are attached to it through hooks, everything like that. It looks like it was forced onto it, driving it insane with pain.
Okay.
In the membrane?
membrane. The chains are a strange, like pitted, corroded black metal that look really familiar.
It sounds familiar, but I can't place it.
Wait a minute. Did we see this back in Sharesh?
When you guys found those desiccated corpses, you found that link.
Oh.
Desiccated
Yeah.
corpses where?
In the caves, back towards the beginning of the desert adventure, we found
There's
I
those
don't-
two corpses that looked like they were smiling.
Yes, that
Yeah,
were killing each other.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember all that, but okay, all right.
Mhm, mhm.
It sounded familiar, but again,
Yeah.
my memory functions are
Huh.
bad.
Yeah, it's the exact same metal.
Okay.
Is this metal we want to contain and keep with
I don't think that's
to
necessary.
study later,
We've got a link of it.
or do
Anyway.
we just? I mean, I don't think we should just leave it here laying on the ground.
Hmm.
Unless, I mean,
Mm.
especially not close to the camp where I eat and pee.
Based on
I don't
my
want to find that thing in the middle of the night.
extensive
That's what I'm saying.
research,
So where did Stabella find that?
Flying around.
I like the search thing. Yeah.
It
But-
itself was flying?
The thing was, you saw
Yeah,
it.
the
It was-
eyeball thing was flying.
Yeah, that visceral sphere was probably about 20 feet up.
Ugh.
Gross.
Go ahead and give me a perception roll.
you already knew what I was going for.
Yeah.
14.
You following the troll's tunnel a little bit, you can see where it came out was probably about 300 yards to the north of where you're at, and you can see that there's like a strange, almost humanoid tracks following with the troll.
Ooh.
Did you say following the troll or like with?
Well, you can see that the troll
Mhm.
prints going up to that point, and yeah, alongside of it are about human-sized footprints.
I don't
Little
like
things
that.
hurting it along. Move. We should
Good
follow them
possibility.
back.
Can we
Or another
track
one.
that at all?
Yeah, if you can give me a survival roll.
If we
With
only
advantage?
had a rural ranger
Oh.
instead of an urban ranger.
24
Desert Ranger?
and 25.
Nice.
Yeah.
You
there
see
go.
that whatever it was barefoot and had clawed feet, but otherwise looks like a human with clawed feet.
Hmm.
And you manage to track it, and you can see you go about a half a mile, and there's like a troll lair in there, and you can see where the prints first start outside of the lair, but there's nothing leading away from it. Just those set leading to where you guys were,
Mhm.
and they appear to vanish.
Must have been a
Huh.
swole-balled.
No, you're still alive.
Anything in the troll lair other than stench?
Give me a perception roll, please.
Perception of 28.
Yeah, poking through, there's piles of bones, that sort of thing. And weirdly enough, it looks like the bones have all been like calcified.
Okay.
Digging through there, you can see that there's like a burlap sack where the troll kept just like, broken pieces of metal, shiny things.
Mm-hmm.
Among them is a piece of tourmaline
Oh,
What?
gem.
okay.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, because this is a very funky troll. It's not like your average, everyday cut hunks of meat off and eat it
Mhm.
troll.
This is a special troll.
Yeah.
One
So,
might say a desert troll.
May I
Abraham,
give you
I
spoilers for
found
the Call of
something.
Cthulhu game?
Ooh,
I
let me look.
watched Two Best Friends while I played that game.
Spoiler alert. If you want to skip it
Oh, I mean, are you?
to the audience.
Yeah, well, because it's the main thing on the whole game is that they caught, like in the ocean, one of the elder gods, and were eating it. That's the big thing about the island is that they're eating this elder god and going insane.
Ate a
I was like,
crustacean.
and the gameplay itself is terrible.
Hmm.
That's why I watched somebody else play. I'm like, oh, this is awful. Some of the visuals and so forth were really good, but overall it was just not amazing.
I did watch the Angry Video Game. Just put one up where he played. It's called The Town with No Name,
Mm-hmm.
and it is like a crack dream.
Hmm.
It's like a western, and you have an option of just getting off. You come into town on a train, and you have an option of just getting back on
Back
the train.
and leaving.
And when you do, this little kid comes running up, going, Shane, come back. And your character pulls out a gun and shoots the kid.
I've got to watch that. That's awesome.
I want to buy that game just for that.
And he goes, it's this dude doing the worst John Wayne impersonation ever. And he goes, my name's not Shane, kid. And then the train takes off into the sky.
What?
Into the stars.
I'm good. I have to watch that now.
That
sounds awesome.
impressive.
And
Insane.
when your character first gets off the train, he steps on a spider that is like smiling. And it just explodes into a puddle of blood. I mean, it's like heavy metal levels of the heavy metal animated movie levels of blood. And you just shoot this guy. He goes, oh, that hurt. That really hurt. And just pools of blood come out of him. They're like, this is a PG game?
Wow.
And you can visit a prostitute at the saloon, and she won't touch you until you take a bath. And when you do, it shows the bartender. And all this is like child drawing levels of graphics. And the bartender is looking upstairs, wiggling his eyebrows, going, bow, wow, wow, chicka, bow.
Oh, man.
That's awful. Oh, my God. That is terrible.
You can go into a blacksmith store, and there's Clint Eastwood. And you have an option of talking to him, leaving him alone, or just shooting him. And if you try shooting him, he pulls out his gun and shoots you, and your head goes flying off. Yeah. In the blacksmith store also, too, there was like a horse that looks like a Wallace and Gromit creation.
Look at that. Okay.
It's got like the googly eyes and everything like that. And if you try touching it, it kicks you, and your guy like goes flying out of the barn, out into the street.
Wow.
And when you die, this was the best part. It does the Evil Dead evil, roar, and it shows going through the town into the graveyard, stopping at your tombstone.
Ramo
Wow.
cams the tombstone?
Yeah.
That's great.
Wow. That sounds awful.
It's because like for all the gunfighters that you have to fight, they're just the programmers. They put the programmers' pictures up, and they voice acted it too. And the guy is like, "Hey, I'm shoot you now. I'm just gonna shoot you. My name is Evil Leb.
Evil Lab?
Yeah. Shoot you now. Pow, 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 pow.
Okay.
So
Wow.
yeah, it looked unbelievably terrible. Oh, last thing too, it was kind of funny because you can talk to a priest, and you can't understand what he's saying. The guy's like,
Well, you gotta be.
and then at the end of you talking to him, it's just a recreation of Poochie going back to his planet. From The Simpsons. The guy, yeah, it just like goes.
Aw.
Understandable.
Okay.
All right. That was a fun little segue.
Stoner games.
Glad we know this now.
Hey, that's legal now. Don't disparage stoners.
Yeah, it's
Legal Monday?
it's like when he did Plumbers Wear Ties levels of bad.
The 6th.
Oh, my God. Ugh. Yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah, so
All right.
the Tourmaline's worth about 50 gold.
Mm-hmm. It's less heavy than 50 gold. So
Well, that
there
was
you go.
that hurt a lot, at least to two of us.
Yep.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
incredibly painful.
I felt your
What
pain.
are we? What are our plans currently? What is the time of day and that kind of thing?
It's towards the night.
Okay.
In fact, the sun has set.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we're starting.
The sun
So,
has set and
racing
time
time.
for his
So-
nap.
So
Yes.
Sleepy
Arcadios,
time.
you said that you found so there's no tracks coming in.
What? They just kind of vanished?
Yeah.
After a while? Yeah.
Oh.
Like, I don't know.
It was
Maybe
a
turned
winged
into the weird
Swobald.
chainy bull thing. I don't know. Flying around. I don't
Yeah.
know. Some weird crap.
Doesn't
Yeah.
seem like this thing started that way.
Well, I'm going to contemplate this in the sleeping bag of woe, and rip off a couple of Healy spells on myself because I hurt like a mother. Maybe a couple of Healy spells on YouTube.
Maybe you can like melt these change down into some just slag. I don't know. You're a dwarf. You do that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, give me a forge.
Can you just like make one?
we do not.
No.
Melloc?
Have forge.
Can I just make one? I want that spell though. Instaforge.
Well, you have that. You have that thing where you can turn metal into
Mhm.
is your domain. If you
Yeah,
burn
my
a channel
domain thing.
tap.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
So just yeah.
Oh yeah.
In the morning, I hurt. Good night.
I'm sleeping now, buddy.
I'm not your buddy, friend.
I'm not your friend, pal.
Yeah, so if you want to burn a hit die, you get 3 back. So I mean,
3 what back? What are you talking about?
hit die.
To heal.
Yeah.
Oh, oh no! I meant because it's nighty time. It's like long rest time.
Right, you get
Yes.
3 back from.
But you can heal.
Long rest, you get all of your hit points back.
Yeah.
Oh, really? After
yeah.
oh,
Yep.
oh, I forgot that. So yeah, now I get
Me too. Good call.
Yeah.
Yep, forgot about that. Thank you.
There you go.
Okay, so yeah,
We'll
I
do
guess I'll
that.
slag it. Put it in a nice pot. Maybe I'll make some cool armor out of it later.
Hey, I don't know.
Does
it's
the
quite
metal
evil.
itself, like the stuff that is she's slagged up, or whatever? I mean, is it just plain old whatever? Or does it still have that funky?
An aura of menace.
Well, you can turn
that
it into
pot-
any non-valuable metal.
Right. Well,
Right.
so that's. But I mean, does it maintain? Because the way you described that metal, it seemed that it was more. It wasn't just metal. It was like some kind of bleh metal.
Evil.
Yeah,
Like
pocked
cold
and
iron
all
or
that.
something.
Well, cold iron isn't evil.
Yes, it is.
I'm a fae. It's evil.
Yeah, it would lose its properties when you do that.
Okay. So good. Then I'll definitely melt that shit stuff down.
Yeah, there we go.
I didn't say the whole thing. I said shiv. Shiv.
I will
right.
melt it
Melt
into
that shiv
a shiv.
down.
That Shivan dragon.
Shivava.
Yeah.
Yes, it'll become a new cauldron for somebody.
Turn into
I
a
made
plow.
this ashtray.
Make a new metal saddle for
Dog bone.
Bone.
Metals.
He'll love hell
Oh, yeah.
hauling that around. It weighs like 80 pounds. Dog Bone can do it.
It's in the direct sunlight. Why do you hate me?
Oh, dog bone.
Maybe
All right.
dog.
So
Mm-hmm.
I cut that off and put his arm up.
Now what?
we got that. There was a bunch of eyes in that viscera.
It was gross.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it
did it
was-
seem that were they like humanized? Were they something?
Yes.
Ugh. Okay.
Except for 2 of them. 2 of them are goat eyes.
I don't know where they
I
found.
told you
those.
to. The goat asked you if you wanted to live deliciously.
Yeah, then it's bedtime.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like bits of metal, chains, and everything, holding like a bag of innards and eyes.
Ugh.
Super gross.
Mm.
Yeah.
So was either some weird thing or maybe just a weird remote viewing controlly thing? I don't know.
Well, I mean,
It was a drone.
Well, the two are definitely,
drone.
they have
Well,
something to do
that's-
with one another. But at this point, it's not worth.
well, I would speculate
about-
that something made these,
Well,
and that
Yeah.
the weird meat drone might have been the contents of that troll's stomach.
you.
Yeah.
Well,
it is
regardless,
you.
I mean,
I'm not sure where that came from, but honestly, I'm
Trolls
sleeping.
eat meat,
The
all
morning-
right?
the
Viscera?
morning will make
Come
everything make
on.
sense.
I don't know where the eyes came from, all right? I don't have a theory on the eyes yet. I'm working on it.
I'm sleeping.
Ah.
Whatever.
You
regardless-
guys, with your negative BS,
Negative BS. What
with
are
your
you talking
smurfing
about?
attitudes,
What are you talking about? Oh my god.
just because I couldn't figure out the eyes.
The morning will make everything better. Yes. Sleepy time.
Yeah, I've spaced out for 5 minutes, and I don't think I missed a thing.
so did our listeners.
Neither did you add anything.
No, I didn't.
Whoa. Ken, you just said listeners.
Harsh but fair.
And
In
that
the morning, we
implies
get up and we
multiples.
continue our track.
Hey, give me a potato and a fork, or 2 forks, and I can make something happen.
An alarm clock.
What are you getting to? Yeah, I was going to say. We don't want the estate of Charlie Chaplin to come in and stop us. Right.
Okay.
So, as you,
Moving on.
I'm just complaining. Some of the animals were injured in the initial attack.
Mhm.
They're looking pretty rough, so it's slowing you down a bit.
Mhm.
2 days pass uneventfully. At one point in time, you think you see like a shadow pass overhead of a small sphere, but before you guys can react, it's gone.
Great.
What's Stybella doing?
Preening.
Sounds about right.
I got the first one. You get
I
that?
got the first one.
Legit. All right. Well, continue to move along. I'll try to keep an eye on the friendly skies.
Yeah.
Did we have a guesstimate as to the length of time between the oasis and the little crescent moon Gnosis?
Judging from the distance, you'd say probably 5 to 6 days.
Okay, so we're getting pretty. We're starting to get there. All right.
Correct.
Yeah.
Getting pretty
Okay.
close. All right.
Okay.
As your outriders come back on the 5th day from the oasis, riding hard, and they hop down and say, "Prepare for contact."
Contact.
Mm.
Okay, like extraterrestrials or first contact?
Not sure.
Oh,
You might have hostiles, sir.
oh, all right. Well, I'll lather up.
Hey.
Any
Keep in-
idea on numbers?
8.
Okay.
But they're big, really big, and as they're in the process of doing the flavor text from Polder Kraken from Magic the Gathering, bigger than that. No, bigger. Over a crest, you see 8 forms riding on what you first take to be like massive horses. As they come close here, you see they're in fact giant lizards,
Ooh.
roughly the size, almost twice the size of a draft horse.
Wow.
So they're like
Okay.
dewbacks.
Dewback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do back.
And riding on each of them, despite the heat already prevalent throughout the day, the figures on them are wearing metal armor.
I respect it.
Hmm.
Were they to dismount, they would stand probably 7.5 to 8 feet tall.
Well, that's not. I mean, that's not huge.
Okay.
Okay.
Are they giants? Do they have horns?
It might be.
They're wearing helmets. They have horns coming out.
Oh man.
So
Otor.
gather the
Well, yeah,
caravan
we'll
like in a
kinda-
little thing just for crushing and we'll
Yeah,
like
there's no reason to immediately go
stand.
hostile.
Yeah.
But yeah.
One of them approaches, and you see the mask is, or the helmet is like a cask helmet,
Okay.
and it unhinges it, and you see that the horns are actually part of its head. As it reveals its mask, you see it is a minotaur.
Mm,
Whoa.
excellent.
Looking at you, Ken.
Yeah.
Moo moo buckaroo.
Go deal with this beef.
It rides up on its, you see it's wearing like a antiquated saddle on this lizard.
Mhm.
And to your surprise, it says in perfect common, "Why are you here?"
Why are you here?
Why are you looking at me? My answer is going to be smartass.
Now,
Yeah, you,
and I move up and sort of motion Arcadios to come with me here. Hey, we found a map in the lower cities of Sharesh, leading us out here, past the oasis of the Weeping Woman to a lost city of some sort, what we now believe to be Knossos.
Why are you telling the truth?
we're looking for the McRib, and I think we found it.
How's it-
Wow. It goes,
Awfully honest of you.
Yeah, I'm a little weirded out. as
Oh.
to, like that's that. Yes, you're right. That's exactly what we're doing. out
Well, here's the deal. If they're good minotaurs, then we won't be horribly killed
Right.
for
here. All right,
lying to
I
them.
was just wanting to
If
know what the
they're
motivation
bad,
was.
bad
That's all.
minotaurs, we'll be horribly killed because we're here.
It looks at you for a moment and goes,
was.
"It's a pity the map that you found didn't lead you in the opposite direction."
Oh, tough guy.
Well, I'll come up
Fireball.
around him and be like, and I'll speak in war tongue.
Okay. It
Be like,
seems like shocked.
yeah, and I'll like, greetings, wise ones, or something. I don't know.
Sounds like Klingon.
Being very respectful,
Yeah, you know how it goes.
yeah, respectful, like,
You know, respect.
yeah. What's up, bro?
I reveal myself
reveal-
from behind
yeah.
the camera.
Thump the chest and reveal how much you lift.
You lay on your back, exposing your belly, because that's the thing.
That's right. Safe submission. Yeah, and I'll ask him. I mean, I'll tell him, of my upbringing. I'm from Mithras, and I
That
was
name means
raised
nothing to me.
by Agamemnon. Do you know Agamemnon?
Wait right here.
Yeah. No.
It rides back, or he rides back to the group. You can see that they're having a rather animated discussion. And then in response, they pepper you with arrows, and that's the end of the game. So I'd like to thank our listeners. No,
Guys, we did it right. We
that
did
is
it
enough.
right this
No,
time.
I'm joking. They, they come riding back, and they go. We request that you come with us, either as guests or prisoners. The choice is yours.
Well, that's not.
prisoners, obviously.
We will, of course, follow you.
Well, I don't like making decisions. Prisoners sounds great.
Three hots in a cot. Yeah, they assemble 4 ahead and 4 behind.
Mm-hmm.
And as they crest the sand dune, they go for about a mile or so, and they stop, and they say, "Do you have any means of binding your eyes?"
We can. I can tie cloths for, we'll do that.
Appreciated.
Yep. So, yeah, we'll do that for the whole party, whatever.
Dogbone relays information to you.
So, his
You're
eyes must
inside
be
man
blinded
there.
too.
Yep.
Looks like they're going for the old blindfold bit again.
They
That's
spin
right.
you around.
Dogbone. We'll get those Bessies.
Ring around the rosy. That still gets me every time.
Dogbone and I are planning murder.
Good thing that Minotaurs don't know that dwarves see out their nose.
What?
Dwarves,
Surprised you're saying they don't see out their
Dwarves
Kalekwa or
dwarves,
whatever.
have, dwarves had a third eye right at the tip of their nose.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's
actually
weird.
just a pimple. It's a pimple.
Postulio, you must obey.
Oh, that
Oh.
was such a gross episode.
Sulio.
No, it was Invader Zim.
Invader Zim, yeah.
He,
Mhm.
his
Who's
stupid
coming
robot
back, by the way?
draws a face on a giant pimple that he has, and it finds out.
Gross and liquid filled.
It becomes like hypnotic. So whenever he like whacks it, people like fall in love with it and are hypnotized by it. So he puts like a little doll body on it and calls it Postulio.
It's awesome.
Yeah, he hypnotizes
That's
these.
disgusting.
These children fall out of a jungle gym on top of each other because they're all entranced by Postulio. And the one kid goes, "I think I broke my spine," and the one on top of him goes, "It is as Postulio wishes." The kid that knows that Invader Zim is an alien ends up popping it, and it's just like this stream of pus.
Oh, yeah. The like the scene from The Shining with all the blood coming out of the
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
Same thing, but with the green pus.
And the teacher is like some sort of like Miss Bitters, is that her name?
Yeah, yeah.
Is like some sort of like extraplanetary or shadow demon thing. And so Dib goes, "I saved everyone," and the teacher pops up and goes, "Good, now you get to clean this mess up." And he hands him like a little bit of sponge, and like a bigger sponge floats by, and he goes, "Can I use that?" No. Yeah.
All right, so anyway,
Fair
making
enough.
sure everyone is properly blindfolded.
Yep.
Um,
No
You-
peeking.
if you
Mhm.
is you, it doesn't feel like they've been on for more than like maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes when he tells you can take them off.
Mm-hmm.
To your shock, you find yourselves, and it's amazing because you didn't see him coming in. A mountain range stands before you, curved around to either side, forming like a crescent. Rising up from the center of it, gleaming in the midday light, is a marble city.
Nice. Very cool.
To your shock, you see all around leading up to it is green and irrigated.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Awesome.
All right.
Lining a paved road as fine as any you've ever seen are statues of various heroes of legend, lore, and some that are beyond your recognition.
Hmm.
Is there a dude with a really big sword?
Yes.
Awesome.
Standing on top of a pile of Baylors.
Ha
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Man.
There's
How many Baylors?
Yeah.
3.
There's also what looks like a dwarven monk giving you the peace sign while holding up a Hezrao. There is a wizard, like a Treyuing, on the back of a Ankylosaurus.
Yeah.
And then
very nice.
there's a guy with a sword with a blank facial expression staring off into nothing.
Man, inside jokes all around. Yay!
Yeah. And there's also a armored winged chicken.
With a snake person halfway into the plane of ice.
Memories. No, there's a cleric covered with arrows with a
Oh,
dogged
man.
facial expression.
Oh, God, that was a gnarly fight.
No, but yeah, there's heroes of legend lore. You can see Lazarus the Wormbane holding aloft Thunderwhelm. There's some other guys.
Some dudes.
Some dudes.
Hey, there's a guy who's got like big pecs.
That guy,
Righteous, righteous dudes.
did
That
that
one
thing.
guy who did the thing. People.
You would estimate that the walls surrounding the city is set up in a triple tier,
Mhm.
and going up the mountain, each with a more imposing set of walls. The outer walls, you would guess, stand probably a good 80, 90 foot high.
Whoa,
That's good for
That is-
keeping out
Wow.
Titans.
that's impressive.
As you're led through the gate, it's probably a good 30 yards thick.
Hmm.
Working the fields, to your surprise, you see are humans.
Hmm.
They stop and look as you pass by. They're well fed, well watered. They look like a mix between. It's like an odd mix of people. Some Bahaudis, to your surprise, some Telmornians.
I tell them to ignore me. I'm in the spirit world.
Telmornians?
Yeah.
Out here? Okay.
You can see outside of the gate. There's like a small town
Mm-hmm.
of, and it's maybe 30, 40 buildings, human-sized buildings.
Okay.
And they're set up like in a classical style of house that looks eerily similar to stuff you've seen in Mithras.
Hmm.
This would be a good spot for our second hotel.
Yeah.
Ooh,
There we go.
mean,
entrepreneur.
We may not get a lot of visitors, but
One of the humans shouts something in Tornian,
Okay.
and you can see that the Minotaurs kind of chuckle, and you can understand it. And goes, where'd you find the goats?
Goat.
Didn't realize you were a herdsman now.
put that guy on our list.
Yep.
Abraham.
Magic missile.
Isolios.
Isolios. He's on the list.
That's
You
the
don't
name
even
of
know what he
Minotaur.
said.
I do now.
What?
I
name-
can't unhear it.
He said something and the Minotaurs laughed. That's all we need.
The name of the Minotaur is Isolios.
No, what's the name of the little plebe out there in the field?
Just put down a little plebe in the field. We'll find him.
Jerry.
Plebe in the field equals compost fodder.
Tell me, can he handle 8d6?
Okay.
The city itself appears to be carved directly out of the rock, like a mix of marble and other sedimentary rocks. Easily the most impressive walls and defensive fortifications you've ever seen. You're led around a loop to the next gate, the gates are set up in such a way where they're not a direct line to each other. You have to go around.
Mhm.
You see, you pass through yet another wall that's also probably probably about a good 70-foot high.
Goodness.
Yeah.
I will relay my impression. I mean, to the guy up speaking war tongue, and be like, man, this is because I would be very impressed by this. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So, tell me like, looks like it was built by Jampras himself. I don't know. It's insane.
Were Jampras himself to strike against his walls, he would bruise his hand.
Ooh,
I don't doubt it.
ballsy.
I don't doubt it.
That's his impression of the tongue that they're speaking.
Yeah,
Actually,
it's a Minotaur circle
So
smurf.
the second wall. The second wall is Maria, right? Is that the?
Jeez.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, we're going to the was it Rose is the third wall?
Yeah.
Attack on Titan.
Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. As you come up to the gates, the third one, he goes, "Please wait here."
Matt.
We will comply.
Ooh, they're using the nice terms now, guys.
Standing outside of the gates are two powerfully built minotaurs, each dressed in full plate. You've also noticed that as soon as you pass the gates, the temperatures drop precipitously to where it's like mid-70s.
Nice.
Flowing through this is a stream coming down from the mountain, pouring like an avalanche. Yeah.
Well, I don't
mind
mind this
sometimes.
sometimes.
Sometimes the innocence.
Yeah, out into it flows down through. It looks like what you saw in that shrine, but in grander fashion, almost like the shrine was set up as a miniature of this.
Huh. Am I noticing anything weird about the sky? Like, is there, like, this seems like we've walked into some sort of pocket dimension.
It almost feels there. As you walk through, what bruises and everything remain from the trolls. So you feel like a burst of vitality.
Hmm.
Your wounds start to heal. Even Dogbone is like prancing a little bit.
What?
Oh,
Dogbone doesn't
whoa.
prance.
Got a little
He's so
skip in his step.
Oh.
cute.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's gonna be our Christmas card. Dog
No,
both prancing on.
the people that you see are like the paragons of physical health. But standing outside the gate are two minotaurs in plate mail that's been enameled red, holding two-handed swords at the rest.
Oh.
I appreciate that armor. Good work.
Each is emblazoned with a sword. That is the red sword of Jampras.
Okay.
I wonder if Jampers would get pissed at that Minotaur. Just
Mocked him.
yeah.
Yeah,
What?
come on, Jampers. Thou
No.
shalt not test your Jampers.
The Minotaurs are the chosen people of Jampras.
They're not really.
If we go with track record on suffering of chosen people, I don't think the Minotaurs should call themselves chosen people.
Yeah, 2,000 years of tradition from Moses the Sandy Colfax.
They're not really people. I don't know why we keep saying that.
The gates to the Citadel open,
Mhm.
and the Minotaur that led you through there says, "Please, if you could come, your presence has been accepted."
Just me or the whole group?
The whole group.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
As you go through, you see that the interior, in concurrent circles, are rings of oaks and laurels growing together. Scent wave through. You see that there are flowering like peach trees and everything like that. You're led through, and you see in the you're led through the gates and everything like that. Sitting in a not so much a throne as just an ivory back chair is a minotaur whose fur.
Mhm.
Trying to think of a more dignified way of saying it is a metallic silver.
Hey.
And you see he sits in front of a pool, idly throwing bits of feed into it where fish eat.
Okay.
What does he see?
Fish.
Fish.
Infinity.
Rising up, you see that this minotaur towers over even the guards that were outside. And as you approach, he bows at the waist and says, "I am Argenios. What do you have to tell me of my brother?"
I will bow back. And,
He was delicious.
that's good.
Best T-bone ever had.
And I'm in.
Wow.
I'm afraid you'll have much time to tell me of it, because unfortunately, you can't leave this city.
Say what?
Uh-huh.
And with that, we'll find out why you can't leave the city in the next episode of Are You Wearing a Helmet?
Oh,
I don't like being told no.
Cliff.
I don't care.
Cool.
I'd like to thank my players.
Ken.
Chris.
Eric.
Rick, accepting your hollow, thank you.
I always wonder, what are you going to do to wreck it? I mean, it always rolls around, really nice kid, then you're just like, I'd like to thank our video and sound crew of Keith Allen, Bob Hernandez.
Oh, Bob goes
Bob
first.
goes first.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Come on.
We saved the best for last. It's like the it's like Vanessa Williams said. Did she?
Did she say that?
Something. I'm sure she said something.
One point in time. I'd like to thank our host and producer, Rob Mounty. I'd like to thank our sponsors of GrandCon, the 4 most slap-happy days of gaming in Grand Rapids, Michigan you ever going to see.
4?
Weehoo.
Is it 4?
Mhm.
Is it 3?
Yeah.
There's
3.
3. Yeah.
Fairly certain.
It's so awesome.
should be 4.
Feels like 4. I don't mean that sarcastically. It's great.
No, it's a good time.
Hopefully Brian never listens to this. I'd like to thank the wonderful, kind folks at Excelsior Games and Comics. You can find them online and in downtown sunny Greenville, Michigan.
Wonderful store.
It is. Nice to have a
Smells like
heater.
rose petals.
It'd be nice if we had a heater in the basement.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You're in the frigid dungeon.
Tell me more about that. Tell me more about that desert. I can feel the heat.
All right.
I'm your GM, Brown Pomick, and hey, may all the dice you roll eat crits and hits.